My name is Alex, and this is my 2-month-old son, Shane. I remember when I first found out that I was pregnant, just being so excited, but also really nervous about whether I was going to do a good job. And I know everyone always says you're never ready to have your first child. And so when he finally was here, I just realized, okay, I'm in it now. I can't really turn back, and I have to do everything that I humanly can to help him grow and to love him to the best of my ability. While I was growing up, I didn't have parents who really modeled what love looks like, and so when I thought about the fact that I was about to become a mother, I wondered, did I have the background, did I have the knowledge of what it takes to love somebody enough to help him become the best version of himself that he can be? You know, that's something that I still question. Every time I look at him, I wonder, does he know that I love him? And I hope that he does. When I was a teenager, I spent time in the foster care system, and obviously being in foster care was better than the situation that I was in previously. But when you're in foster care, there isn't any sense of permanency. There's no stability. You know that the place where you are is a safe place, but it's not the place where you're going to spend the rest of your life. That's not your forever family. One of the social workers who was involved in my case actually ended up quitting her job so that she could adopt me and my 2 older sisters, and she had 3 biological sons of her own, so we just became this big, crazy, blended family, I guess. It was a crazy thing to adjust to, going from having 2 sisters and suddenly having 3 brothers in my life, and having parents who told me every day that they loved me, and I realized that this is what a family is supposed to look like. My adoptive parents showed me what the love of Christ looks like, that it's sacrificial and unconditional, and that you love somebody just because you love them, not because out of anything that they can do for you. And that's something that I've carried with me. Motherhood is not always a job where you're going to get thanked. It's oftentimes very thankless. You spend all your day feeding and changing and playing, and he doesn't have any words yet, so he can't say thank you, but that's not why you do it. You do it because you love somebody. Having that background of faith and knowing that that's what Jesus has done for us makes it a lot easier to say, I'm going to love somebody else. Having a supportive partner is such a blessing. My husband has very different gifts than me, and the fact that we're able to both bring our abilities together will mean that Shane will have even more to learn from as he grows older, and he will have, I hope, a very well-rounded education because he has 2 people in his life fully committed to being there for him wherever he needs it, whenever he needs it. More than anything, I want him to feel safe. I want him to feel that he can absolutely be his goofiest, craziest self, and that that's perfectly fine, and that's what we want for him. When he's a little bit older, I do want to tell him about the fact that I was adopted and that I spent time in foster care, because I know being adopted changed my life, and so I would love to be able to do that for somebody else, and to say, hey, I know where you came from because I was in this too. And I want my son to see that so that he grows up knowing that families aren't always families by blood. They can be family by who you choose to love. And I think adoption is such a beautiful way of saying, I chose to love you because you are worthy of being loved. Hopefully one day, when Shane starts his own family, maybe he'll think about adoption, and I hope that's a legacy that I can leave for him.